One quick dissolve tablet can start fast and last. Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. The most common side effects were nausea, stomach pain, and indigestion.
With Nurtec, I take on migraines my way. What's your way? Ask your doctor about Nurtec today.
Live from the Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, this is Kcal News at 9.
Now at 9, President Joe Biden orders new incentives to get more shots in Americans' arms.
House Republicans march maskless right over to the Senate after House Speaker Nancy Pelosi orders a mask mandate on her side of the Capitol.
And a year after 8 Marines and 1 sailor died in a training mission, their families sue the company that made the amphibious assault vehicle that sank off the California coast. Welcome to Kcal News at 9, and we are streaming on CBSN Los Angeles. I'm Pat Harvey.
And I'm Serene Branson, in tonight for Juan Fernandez. A nation at a crossroads. Tonight, President Biden is taking new, tougher measures to get unvaccinated Americans the shot.
Well, Biden says federal workers and contractors will be required to get vaccinated or undergo regular COVID testing. He also is proposing new incentives. Kcal 9 political reporter Tom Wade is here live with local reaction and analysis to all this, Tom.
Right, Pat and Stern, you could really sense the president's frustration today when he was talking about this. The president and medical experts say the unvaccinated are continuing to fuel the surging pandemic and taking up hospital beds and in some cases dying. And it's virtually all preventable if people get vaccinated.
Last month, a study showed that over 99% of COVID-19 deaths have been among the unvaccinated.
President Biden addressing the nation with that sobering statistic and urging Americans who haven't gotten the shot to get one.
This is an American tragedy. People are dying and will die who don't have to die.
The Delta variant is driving the latest deadly surge, and so are the 100 million people who are eligible but remain unvaccinated. To reverse the trend, the president touted new incentives, like urging states to offer $100 to every new vaccinated American.
I know the pain people who get vaccinated might sound unfair to folks who've gotten vaccinated already. But here's the deal. If incentives help us beat this virus, I believe we should use them.
Biden also announced that all civilian federal employees plus contractors will now have to get vaccinated or get tested for COVID-19 weekly or twice a week. They'll be required to wear a mask, social distance, and might have official travel restricted. President Biden also directed the Defense Department to look into requiring vaccines for all service members. CBS News medical contributor Dr. David Agus.
We went with the honor system in the United States, and we said, listen, if you are unvaccinated, you have to wear a mask when you go out so you don't spread the virus, and there are going to be certain restrictions. Well, the honor system didn't work, and we've seen significant spread of the virus, predominantly from those unvaccinated. At the same time, when somebody who's unvaccinated gets sick, they take a hospital bed, and we call, The hospitals start to get full, we cancel all elective surgery. Remember, cancer surgery is an elective surgery.
States like New York and California, along with a growing number of the country's biggest companies like Facebook, Google, and BlackRock, are taking matters into their own hands, requiring vaccinations in order to return to work. More than 600 colleges are also mandating them for at least some students or employees.
It should be a requirement for all jobs.
Christina Mungia is a social worker. She, like many other vaccinated Southlanders, are frustrated by the unvaccinated.
I feel like it's not fair for the ones who are vaccinating to be dealing with what we're dealing.
Knowing that there's quite a few people that still aren't vaxxed, and you don't really see, or at least I'm not seeing it, maybe because I'm vaxxed, but you're not really seeing the vaccination pop-up centers like you used to.
A major aspect of the battle to increase vaccinations is battling misinformation about the vaccines. People like the leader of a prominent pro-Trump youth group are fueling the fears over the vaccine.
We are not going to tolerate students to be forced to get the vaccine against their will.
Whether his fault or not, the president may be blamed if the pandemic continues to rage. Political analyst and Loyola law professor Jessica Levinson.
I think President Biden is looking at the numbers and he realizes they are not going anywhere good and that he does need to be a little bit more dire. He was much more optimistic when we were all more optimistic about 2 to 3 months ago. Now we're all looking at what's happening with the COVID numbers. We're hearing reports of hospitals again being overrun.
A White House official tells CBS News the new requirements for federal workers goes into effect immediately, but agencies will have time to establish vaccination and testing programs. Back to you, Pat.
All right, thanks for that, Tom. Well, LA County just reported more than 3,200 new cases. They haven't been that high since February. Also, 17 more people have died, and hospitalizations are now closing in on 1,000, and we haven't seen that number since March.
Orange County, more than 500 new cases, 1 new death, and more than 235 people are